guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm really anxious to see the scores from today because I really do think everybody should be around a 3. Now, anything better than that, obviously, is really good. But just from looking at the questions, and even if you didn't do the optional one on Monday, so even if this is only your second time doing it, I really do think that there are 3 questions on here you could get right. If you're taking notes, using strategies, and asking questions if you have them. So, it's almost like they know I'm talking, and they do that on purpose. All right, so I'll start with number 1. Again, I've got my visuals that I've been using for these questions. But for number 1, it says Elizabeth missed 5 days of school. Antoinette missed 4 times as many days of school as Elizabeth. Misty missed half as many days as Antoinette. How many days did they miss total? So threw a new keyword in there this time. But again, there's a lot to break down in that question. So reading a little and doing a little is a really good strategy. I'm going to go ahead and do my chart that I did on Monday. And I'll pull all 3 ladies out. We've got Elizabeth, we've got Antoinette, we've got Misty. Now, it went ahead and told me Elizabeth's number. I know for a fact she missed 5 days of school. Now, it does not say that Antoinette missed 4 days of school. It says she missed 4 times as many days as Elizabeth. Well, if I know Elizabeth missed 5 and Antoinette had missed 4 times more than that, or 4 times as many, I would do 4 times 5 there. And the number of days that Antoinette missed is really 20. Holy cow. All right, so I like to kind of cross them out as I go. So the new thing it threw in there this week or today, Misty missed half as many days as Antoinette. When you think half, one operation should come in mind. Like if me and you were going to split a Twix in half or Snickers bar in half, we're dividing it equally. So I've got to take half of Antoinette's days to figure out Misty's. Well, if I wanted to find half of 20, I would do 20 divided by 2. If you cut something in half, it's in 2 pieces. Here is where, once again, knowing your multiplication facts is super helpful. 2 times something would give me 20. In this case, the answer is 10. So I know Elizabeth missed 5, Antoinette missed 20, Misty missed 10. Still not done because the question says how many days did they miss total, meaning I got to take all those numbers and add them up. I like to go 2 at a time, so I would do 20 plus 10, that would give me 30. 30 plus that 5 there would give me 35, which would be B. You could still use the box method like we did on this one yesterday. Some sort of chart or visual, though, is good for your eyes to see. And those keywords are important. If you didn't know half, if you didn't know total, times as many, those kind of led me in the right direction. You still got to be able to do the math, though. For that one, should have had B. Kind of similar to number 5 last week on Fam 5. The math on that's not difficult. It's reading and knowing what to do. So hopefully that one we've got some numbers going up. Number 2 is just my favorite question on here. It goes with what we're doing in class, and it's just an effort question. If you do use what it gave you and do the correct math, you're going to get this answer right, or this question right. So I've got a rectangular living room. It's got an area of 60 square feet and a perimeter of 32 feet. What could be the length and the width? So again, I like to focus on one before the other. I would just look at the area, length times width. So if I took these length and widths and I multiplied them, would they give me 60? And if they do, then I'll try the perimeter. So if I did length times width here, 30 times 2, that would give me 60. Same thing for B. If I did 12 times 5, that would give me 60. If I looked at C, length times width, 20 times 3, that would give me 60. And then D, 10 times 6, that would give me 60. So I can't make this one any easier by eliminating answer choices. Now I got to find which one has the correct perimeter. So this one may be a little bit more work than what we had to do yesterday, but it won't take us long. All right, so I know the perimeter's got to be 32 feet. Really, guys, you can use some logic here. If I have a rectangle that's 30 feet by 2 feet, and I know opposite sides are equal, I know that there's no chance I'm going to be able to add those numbers around and get 32 because 30 plus 30 already gives me 60. So A works for the area, not for the perimeter. All right, and then we would look at C, and we may think the same thing there because, again, the perimeter is 32. And if I'm going 20 by 3, opposite sides are equal. 20 plus 20, that already goes over the perimeter as well, and I didn't even add 2 of the sides. So A and C I'm able to get rid of pretty quickly. Then I'd have to check B and D. So 12 feet by 5 feet, opposite sides are equal. Start adding all the way around. I do 12 plus 12, I'd get 24. 5 plus 5 gives me 10. And if I add those together, that gives me a perimeter of 34, which is a little bit more than what I'm looking for. So we should feel pretty good about D being our answer, 10 feet by 6 feet. We'll check it anyways. Opposite sides are equal. 10 plus 10 is 20. 6 plus 6 is 12. 20 plus 12 gives me that perimeter of 32. So if I had a rectangular living room that was 10 feet by 6 feet, that would give me an area of 60 square feet and the perimeter of 32 feet, which is exactly what I'm looking for. That one is D. Again, just use the answer choices, guys. Plug them in. Plug them in. It takes you no time at all. That one I would expect to be pretty good. You'll see some stuff like that on EOG Friday and on your perimeter test coming up, perimeter and area test. All right, looking at number 3, it says I'm an odd number. Again, you can stop right there and go ahead and see if we can get some answer choices out of the way. And if I'm looking at 3, 5, 7, and 9, unfortunately, they are all odd, so can't make that one much easier. But those numbers down, our answer choices have to be a factor of 12, 30, and 36. So we got to figure out what the number is. Now, you can go ahead and get rid of 5 pretty quick because you know multiples of 5 have to end in 0 or 5. 12 doesn't, 36 doesn't. So get rid of that one fairly quickly. And then we're looking at 3, 7, and 9. So I either have to know my facts. 3 times something would give me 12. I know that. 3 times 4. Okay. I also know 3 times 10 would give me 30. And I also know 3 times 12 would give me 36. 3 is odd. It's also a factor of all 3 of those numbers. That's my answer. Now, I could still look at C and know, well, I can't do 7 times anything to get any of those numbers. For 9, I can do 9 times 4 to get 36, but 9 is not a factor of 12 or 30. If you didn't know your facts that well, kind of like yesterday, list your multiples. You could start with 3, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, all the way up until you get to or past 36, because you don't need to go that far. If you got to do it that way, you got to do it that way. Definitely requires a little bit more work, but it's worth it if you're going to get the answer correct. So for number 3, the answer was 3, which is A. All right, number 4, a little bit different look to this one, even though it's really like the same process. If you remember what we've been talking about, we got a couple of missing angles, or we've got a couple of angles here, like the one that it gave us here. That is an acute angle. It's less than 90. Right here we have another acute angle, 43 degrees, less than 90. The most important angle for you to know about for this specific question is the straight angle at the bottom. If you remember, the straight angle is 180 degrees. Now, the missing angle, what I hope people are not doing is, I feel like people might look at the missing angle and say, ooh, that looks just like a right angle, which I know is 90 degrees. Let me try that. A lot of the times, guys, when you got a right angle, you're going to see that little box in the corner, which we don't see there. So it does look like a right angle, but we want to do the math to check to make sure we're right. So if I know the whole thing's 180, and I've already got a couple of chunks with it, or chunks of it, I can take those away so I can see what's left. So again, let me take my 180 degrees, my straight angle. Let me get rid of the 43 degrees that I already have. Got to do a little bit of regrouping to get started. But 10 minus 3 would give me 7. 7 minus 4 would give me 3. Bring down the 1. But then I've also got 21 degrees over here. Let me go ahead and get rid of those 21. 7 minus 1 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down the 1. It would have been 116 degrees. So, yes, it looks like a right angle, but a right angle's got to be exactly 90 degrees. And if you look at this angle with what's missing, 116 degrees, that would actually make this an obtuse angle because it's greater than 90. Straight angle, 180 degrees. If you know that one, you should be rocking and rolling on that question. All right, number 4 or 5, I'm sorry. Save a little bit of time. I'm not going to do the stack, the 2x2, and just multiply. I'm just going to go straight to the area model. Because if you're somebody who can do the 2x2, the stack, you don't need to see it. You've got it. I'm going to focus on just our box. So if I'm going 69 times 36, 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication, I can do my area model here. Remember, I'm going to take those numbers, split them by their values. 69, I've got 6 10s and 9 1s. So 69, I would just split into 60 and 9. Same thing for 36. I would just split that into 30 and 6. And then again, I'm just going to let those numbers travel, and wherever they meet, that's where I would multiply them. So top left, I'm going 60 times 30. Right below that, I'm going 60 times 6. Top right, I'm going 30 times 9. And bottom, I'm going 9 times 6. Again, if you can follow my mouse, where that 9 travels down this way, 60 travels down this way, 30 and 6 travel across. Wherever they would intersect, that's where you're going to multiply. And this part's the easy part, because even though some of these numbers are pretty big, you're ignoring the zeros. You're just going 6 times 3, getting 18, and adding those 2 zeros at the end. Right below that, I'm just doing 6 times 6 and getting 36, adding the 0 at the end. Here, I'm going 3 times 9. I get 27, add the 0 at the end. And right below that, I just know 9 times 6 is 54. No zeros or anything crazy to add there. And then I just take those numbers and add them all together. So I like to do 2 at a time. A little bit easier for me that way. Add those numbers up. I get 2,160. Go ahead and add my 270 from the top right. Last but not least, take that 54, add it together, bring some numbers down, and I get 2,484. Don't have to do it that way. It's just a strategy. If you're more comfortable doing it, still got to know some multiplication, just basic facts, but definitely maybe easier to look at than doing the 2x2. Again, I prefer the other way, but whatever you got to do to get a correct answer, I'm all for that. All right, so like I said, I'm really hoping we had some high numbers today, and again, I'm really hoping that we can get some 4s and 5s, a good amount of them tomorrow, just because last Friday the quiz numbers were not as good as, I don't know, maybe what we would normally expect, even though they are a little bit more challenging. So if you're watching this, I appreciate it. I like that you take pride in your work and you want to improve and you want to get better. That's the whole purpose of these videos. So appreciate you watching. Good luck on your Fan 5 tomorrow. Hope this helps.